Seems a pity that so enlightened a people as ours should draw from their lives so many fundamental truths simply because when they are presented, they appear either sensational or shocking. Many people are horrified at the idea of birth control, while to me, it is simply the keynote of a new moral program. It is a sense of a new moral responsibility.
Margret Sanger was born on September 14, 1879, as the sixth child in a family of 11. Her mother was diagnosed with tuberculosis and died at the age of 50. Margret blamed her mother's death on her frequent childbirths. She began to campaign for the right to birth control way ahead of her time. In 1873, the Comstock Act was the first federal law that made it illegal to send obscene or lewd materials through the mail, including contraceptive devices and information. In response, Sanger issued a weekly chronicle, The Woman Citizen, issued a magazine, The Woman Rebel, and created a 16-page pamphlet of instructions on birth control. She mailed them all out and set sail for England in 1914 under the alias Bertha Watson to avoid arrest. She traveled all around England and Europe, observing and keeping record of the birth control clinics, information, and other medicinal women's care facilities available to citizens. In 1916, she opened the first birth control clinic in Brownsville, Brooklyn. She modeled it after the clinic she had come across in Holland on her journeys in Europe. 9 days after it opened, the clinic was closed down and Sanger was imprisoned. This caused a great surge of awareness to her efforts and her cause. In response, the New York courts ruled that only physicians could distribute birth control. In 1923, she started the Birth Control Clinical Research Bureau. She made sure that doctors were in charge of writing prescriptions, thus finding a loophole in the law. It became the model for other clinics and gave critical information to women on the use of contraceptives. The birth control movement became international during and after World War II due to the growing population in third world countries. Contraceptives and information were supplied, allowing people to form families that they could afford. The International Planned Parenthood Federation was formed, and to this day is the largest privately funded organization focused on family forming. The birth control pill was not available until 1960, but by 1962, 1.2 million American women received this form of contraception. Another legal battle raged on over birth control, and in 1965, the courts ruled that the Constitution protected the right to privacy in Griswold v. Connecticut. This Supreme Court case focused on the Connecticut law that prohibited the use of any drug or instrument for the purpose of preventing conception. Due to the Due Process Clause in the 14th Amendment, the law was overturned by the Supreme Court. Margret died a few months after the ruling on September 6, 1966, at the age of 86. Margret Sanger had a huge impact on women's rights. She not only fought for women's equality, but for women's ability to enjoy the life they had. She campaigned for safer methods and against clothes hanger abortions, which caused many women's deaths. She arranged for information and education to reach the American people, the most powerful of tools. She argued that women should be able to live as men did in the 20s without the fear of pregnancy. Overall, she wanted women to be equal and safe. What more could she ask?